Hello. I wanted to do my January wrap-up video, and a lot of times if this was like a straight booktube channel, that would be just books. This is more one book, one reader kind of video of I can talk about books a little bit, but it's mostly about my goals for the month. So trying to kind of check in with myself at the end of each month before I make goals for January, which I will do tomorrow. Um, so let me just go with my specific January goals. So January goals were one, exercise each day. And that's developed into the osteopath giving me exercises to do, and doing those each day to help my back. And actually, that's been really successful. I've been doing my exercises, and usually what I've found is I've had to go swimming. I've just had to go swimming, and that's because of COVID. Has been in the gorge out there, which has been really cold, but I managed that. But what I found is it's like, okay, I'm just doing the exercises. Let's see how effective the exercises are. And I haven't actually gone for a swim, and my back has been really good. Like doing the exercises seems to have helped strengthen my back, maybe slowly. It's like hasn't cured it or anything. And it's like I found I really need to be consistent about doing exercises each day. That's been really helpful. So yay. That's probably the most successful thing I've done on this list, which is good to have it on as my first one. Number two was tidy. Try and do a good half an hour tidy on Sunday, Monday, and then 15 minutes Tuesday, Saturday. The 15-minute ones during the week. At the beginning of the month, I was doing that more. By the end of the month, not as much. That probably kind of goes with the lights off earlier and then getting up earlier, number 6, which haven't been doing as much. But Ja found a list of like, oh, here's our activities that we wanted to kind of get done regularly. And it's like, oh, okay, this is a good starting off point. I'm going to try and use that, put that into my to-do list, which is on this phone here. I have 2 to-do lists, which I kind of consult each day, and I try and update, which is my number 8 goal is to use to-do lists each day to keep on Keep Notes, the app, which, as with everything else, at the beginning of the month, I was doing it more. I do find, especially kind of for the weekends, it's a good thing. I need to keep on using it during the weekdays because it helps me focus the few hours I have. Basically, you get up at 8:30, and then my alarm goes off at 2:05, which is my, getting to work on time goal. So I have that amount of time in between there to get certain stuff done. So yeah, number 4 is to get to work on time, which I've been largely successful with. I really need to make sure I keep on emphasizing to myself that once my alarm goes off at 2:05, okay, no matter how much I'm enjoying usually my booktube stuff, put it down and get ready for work. Because if I put that down at that time, that is the way to go. I've got number 5 is walk Shira and swim. As I said, I kind of put the swimming aside. I'm going to definitely come back to it. I think swimming is still a really good thing for me, exercise-wise. Just being in the water is a really good thing for me, just as a relaxation. Not relaxation, but kind of a meditative thing, because it's not like I swim when I'm in the water. I don't just bob along. I swim, and that feels good. But walking Shira has been really good, and I think the fact that I've been able to walk Shira without shows how well my exercises have been going for strengthening my back, because it was walking Shira, my little doodle, with bad shoes that really aggravated my back and finally got me off my ass and to listen to Ja and other smart people in my life and actually go see the osteopath and get going on that. So yeah, number 6 was lights off earlier. Again, this is one of these things of, present John needs to be nicer to future John, future Jay. We'll see. And number 7 is my large term goal, hone it. I've got 15 minutes a day, which is not realistic and didn't happen. But I did do periodic check-ins, actually just talking on the videos here, and that actually did help. Did help with some of my goals of kind of overarching themes and putting stuff down, because I think that's one of the things I found during the month is that the further the month went along, the more I kind of lost track of the overarching picture, the lesser my motivation was to do all the little things during the thing, like, okay, go to bed earlier, okay, get to work at 2:05, that kind of thing. It's like it's good to have the minutia down, but it's also good to have the goal that you're aiming at, that you're using the minutia to get the little steps to get to the big thing. If you're always focusing on the little steps, suddenly it just seems like boring little steps. You're not looking up at the top of the mountain going, that's what I'm going for. That's what I'm reaching for. And, getting that kind of, I can feel that kind of that breath in me. So yeah, those were my goals during the month. There has been a tailing off. As I said, I think the big thing with me is to try and sharpen those meta goals. I think there's a lot of stuff here in January that I'll probably continue in February, but I'll also sort of try and kind of flip. Tomorrow my plan is to flip to those meta goals and write them out a little bit more, and then see how that applies to some January goals. I think having like a 1 to 8 or 1 to 10 kind of goals is a good way to go. Kind of trying to focus each one of them on one of my themes, not my themes, but my structure, which is relationship and family, which is kind of focusing on Ja and Jackie down below, and Shira, little Shira. Work structure, hobbies, which is basically it's reading and booktube, which are kind of the same thing. Well, they're different. Reading is slightly different than booktube, but it's quite similar. And I guess this channel as well, which isn't quite booktube. The house, just sort of general, trying to make. I think the big thing with this house is, actually I should write that down, is making this house a home, which it is in a lot of ways, but there's ways that it could definitely be much more of a home, which is a safe, nurturing place. It's not to say it's unsafe, but it can be kind of cluttered and not a comfortable, a place conducive to being happy, to being content, to being safe, to being grounded. Yeah. Health, which is, that's that physical, mental, social health. Yeah. Financial, which is pretty undeveloped, which I need to work on. I need to work on the financial thing. Other than, hey, I have a job. I'm bringing in cash. Hooray. And I'm saving some of that cash. Hooray. That's all good stuff. So yeah, that's the goal stuff. I read, I think I completed 8 books in January. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them were audiobooks, and 3 of them were ebooks or paper books. I think all of the other ones were ebooks. Probably like to up my game for the number of paper books or physical books that I'm reading. Audiobooks, that's great. I'm really happy that I'm getting that kind of I'm getting audiobooks in there, and I do consider audiobooks another form of reading. I treat them that way, and I think about them that way, and I talk to this camera, kind of processing them, trying to make them as rich as possible. But I really want to up my paper book reading, and yeah, that's definitely a plan for February. I have watched. I'm just going to put it down because I've also been doing movie reviews on this channel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies this month. You know, from Porco Rosso, the 13th, The Other Side of the Wind, A Sun, Ponyo, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Probably A Sun is probably the one that it's most struck me this month, though Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was great. And yeah, you know, and Ponyo and Porco Rosso, Hayao Miyazaki things have been really good. Actually, The Other Side of the Wind, Orson Welles was also really good. So yeah, I'm happy with my movie watching. I wanted to kind of have that as a little goal for myself that kind of developed throughout the month, is just sort of, okay, movies that are a little bit off the beaten track, that it's another art form. And just as much as I enjoy books, I think enjoying movies, films is also kind of a good thing to keep myself as a rounded person. Of course, then I could go into music and everything else, but I'm trying to keep things manageable at this point. So yeah, that is my check-in for January, and I put on I have a little list in my in my keep notes, which is just accomplishments, and I put down some accomplishments there that I was happy with. I should actually write that down. I should probably write down that in my little Cthulhu goals book here, because I mean, one of the accomplishments was, in the course of tidying, I found the car keys with the incredibly expensive security fob on it in one of Ja's shoes, thus saving us probably like $500. And that's from tidying. That's just from doing tidying in the house. That was like a tangible accomplishment. I saved us like a good hunk of money by finding those keys. And that's kind of a silly accomplishment. There's other accomplishments there too. I can't remember any of them right now, but like, okay, that was an accomplishment. Yeah, that just came from that 15-minute tidies that I was doing more in the beginning of the month. Today we just pulled out I did it in 2 stages of pulling out stuff from our hallway closet here, and we went through stuff, and we tossed out stuff on the first garbage of the month, and this is the second garbage of the month, and I tossed out a whole bunch of more stuff. So slowly clearing that area, which is like, wow, that's like an accomplishment. That is, you know, we're going to clear space in that closet, which will give us more space to storage space, which is like, we really need that. So that's another accomplishment. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this month. All right, I'm going to leave it there because I want to go and have my reward, which is a bath, which I'm going to have way too late and stay up way too late, thus messing up one of my other goals. But fuck it, going to sit in the bath and read a book, read a paper book. I'll read The Birthday Boys, and go from there. All right, more videos later.